The landscape of Korean television has been revitalized in the opening weeks of 2026 by a pairing that few saw coming but everyone is now celebrating as the gold standard for romantic comedy chemistry. Kim Hye-yoon and Lomon have officially taken the world by storm with their new fantasy series, No Tale to Tell, a show that has managed to achieve the impossible by flipping one of the most overused tropes in Asian folklore entirely on its head. For decades, the myth of the Gumiho, or nine-tailed fox, has followed a predictable and often somber path, a supernatural being desperately seeking mortality to find true love. However, the 2026 version of this legend features Kim Hye-yoon as Eun-ho, a Gen Z fox who is arguably the most relatable supernatural character ever written. She doesn't want to be human. She loves her eternal youth, her immortality, and her carefree life. The sheer irony of a Gumiho who finds human problems like taxes, aging, and hangovers absolutely repulsive is the core of why this show has become a global sensation on Netflix. At the center of this viral success is the unmatched screen presence of Kim Hye-yoon. Following her monumental success in Lovely Runner, there were massive expectations on her shoulders to deliver another once-in-a-generation performance, and she has exceeded them. Her portrayal of Eun-ho is a masterclass in physical comedy and expressive acting. Fans have flooded social media with clips of her anti-human rants, which have resonated deeply with a generation that often feels overwhelmed by the pressures of modern life. Kim Hye-yoon has this unique, innate ability to make a 1,000-year-old fox feel like your slightly chaotic best friend. Whether she is accidentally using her powers to win a crane machine game or looking at a salad with utter disdain because she prefers raw liver, her performance is the heartbeat of the show. She brings a frantic, lovable energy that keeps the pacing tight and the laughter consistent, proving once again why she is the most sought-after actress of the current decade. Then we have Lmen, who has undergone one of the most impressive transformations of the 2026 season. Known primarily for his intense, protective roles in action-heavy dramas like All of Us Are Dead, Lomon has stepped into the shoes of Kongbin, a world-class, narcissistic soccer star who is more obsessed with his hair than his career. This pivot to romantic comedy has revealed a side of Lomon that fans are absolutely obsessed with. His comedic timing and the way he portrays a man who is humbled by a woman who literally doesn't care about his fame is comedic gold. The soccer star aesthetic fits him perfectly, but it is his vulnerability in the quiet moments that has captured the hearts of viewers. The height difference between him and Kim Hye-yoon has already become a major visual talking point, leading to millions of fan-made edits that dominate YouTube's trending pages. Watching Lomon navigate the confusion of falling for someone who views his humanity as a downgrade provides a fresh layer of irony that keeps the romantic tension high. The reason No Tale to Tell is currently outperforming traditional romance dramas is the subversion of expectations. The Gumiho curse in this show is not the threat of death, but the threat of becoming human. When Eun-ho accidentally loses her bead to Kongbin, she isn't worried about her soul. She's worried about having to get a job and dealing with back pain. This fresh perspective has breathed new life into the fantasy genre, making it the most discussed show on global drama forums. The writing is sharp, witty, and unapologetically modern, leaning into the absurdity of the situation while maintaining a genuine emotional core. The production team has utilized top-tier visual effects to bring Eun-ho's nine tails to life in a way that feels organic rather than cartoonish, adding to the immersion of this urban fantasy. Every time Eun-ho's tails accidentally pop out during a moment of high stress, the internet erupts with new memes, further cementing the show's place in the 2026 cultural zeitgeist. Behind the scenes, the chemistry between Kim Hye-yoon and Lomon is reportedly just as electric as it is on screen. During their recent press tour, their interactions were so natural and playful that they sparked a secondary wave of interest. Lomon frequently mentions how Kim Hye-yoon's energy on set is infectious, while she praises his dedication to getting the arrogant athlete persona just right. This mutual respect translates into a love-hate dynamic on screen that feels authentic rather than forced. In a sea of 2026 releases, this duo stands out because they aren't just playing roles. They are building a world that the audience desperately wants to live in. Their behind-the-scenes vlogs on SBS official channels have reached record-breaking view counts, as fans look for any hint that their on-screen spark might be a real-life flame. The global impact of the show is undeniable. It has sparked a resurgence in interest in Korean folklore, but with a modern twist. The fashion in the show, specifically Kim Hye-yoon's boho supernatural looks and Lomon's luxury athletic wear, has already started influencing 2026 street style. More importantly, the show has proven that Kim Hye-yoon is the undisputed queen of the new wave of Hallyu, capable of carrying a high-concept story and making it a massive commercial success. As the series progresses, the tension between the immortal fox and the mortal athlete is reaching a breaking point that has fans theorizing about the finale in every corner of the internet. Will Eun-ho finally embrace humanity, or will Kong-bin find a way to enter her world? The mystery keeps the viewership numbers climbing week after week. If the first half of 2026 has taught us anything, it's that the internet is officially obsessed with this duo. They have broken the curse of the predictable drama and replaced it with something vibrant, hilarious, and deeply moving. The secondary characters also contribute to the show's massive appeal, creating a rich ensemble that feels fully realized. From Eun-ho's elderly Gumiho mentor who is addicted to luxury shopping to Kong-bin's overstressed manager, who has to hide a supernatural fox from the paparazzi, every subplot adds a layer of depth to the world building. This meticulous attention to detail is why No Tale to Tell has achieved such high critical acclaim alongside its commercial success. It doesn't rely solely on the fame of its leads, though Kim Hye-yoon and Lomon are undoubtedly the main attraction. The cinematography, particularly during the nighttime scenes in Seoul, uses a vibrant, saturated color palette that mirrors the magical nature of the story, making the city itself feel like a living, breathing character in the drama. Furthermore, the soundtrack of the series has dominated the 2026 music charts. Featuring collaborations between top K-pop idols and indie artists, they have successfully bridged the gap between traditional storytelling and modern sensibilities, creating a legacy that will likely influence K-dramas for years to come. Their performances serve as a reminder that the best stories are those that dare to challenge the status quo and offer something entirely new. No Tale to Tell is not just a drama. It's a celebration of talent, creativity, and the enduring power of a good story. As the credits roll on each episode, viewers are left with a lingering sense of wonder and a desperate need to see more of the fox and her soccer star.